The Offgrid Norseman. A solitary mammal, emerging from his home. It is the beginning of March, and winter has begun to thaw. Living in his natural habitat, the Offgrid Norseman is not the smartest of creatures, but resilient and stubborn. Even now, he must find fuel to keep himself warm. His environment gives him all that he may need to survive these cruel months. The simplest of tasks can become hard and exhausting. Just moving wood can become a challenge. Using the simplest of tools, he produces wood for his fire, as well as keeping himself warm. Sawing and chopping wood are regular pastimes and are essential to the survival of the Offgrid Norseman. And as he boldly chops the wood, he seems to have little regard for the safety of his hands, oblivious to the dangers that potentially await his fingers. The work is never done. The chimney must be swept. A build-up of soot could be disastrous, especially in these cruel winter months, where a fire is essential for survival. It is a regular chore that has to be done in order to survive. The log burner itself must also be emptied. The ash will prevent the fire from burning if it is too full. It accumulates and can become a dusty affair, but must be cleaned and must be done daily. The primitive art of building a fire is one of life's essential skills for the Offgrid Norseman, especially during the colder months, where the fire is the difference between life and death. Drying the wood on top reduces the amount of smoke, as damp wood gives off a lot more. It is not just manual labor, but often the domestic chores that take up the majority of the time. Even with frozen water, the washing up must be done. Self-grooming is a part of everyday life for the Offgrid Norseman. From his mane to his teeth. Using natural products to keep immunized and healthy. Brushing one's teeth. Not so glamorous, but a daily routine nonetheless. Iodine to detox the body of heavy metals, black seed oil for its many benefits. Magnesium for the joints and bones. This Offgrid Norseman understands the importance of keeping himself active and fit. Exercise is essential to keeping him moving. It is not so much a territorial threat display, but more a means to keep warm in these harsher winter months. From below freezing, it is important that the Offgrid Norseman brings his core temperature up through exercise and keeping active. After a busy morning, it is now time for tea. A luxury this Offgrid Norseman appreciates. It is not so much about work and employment, more relaxation and enjoyment. To relish in the wonders, to sit back and relax with nature. The winter days come to an end, and the darkness starts to take over. And so, the Offgrid Norseman retires to his tent. Returning back inside, the shoes and the socks are no longer needed. It is time to return the circulation back to those toes. It is now time to check on the fire and to start preparing the evening meal. The fire has kept the tent at a lovely 18 degrees Celsius. An omnivore and an opportunist when it comes to food. The diet is mainly plant-based. Pasta and dry goods. The evening meal, for one, consists of onions, peppers, mushrooms and garlic in a pasta sauce with pasta. While the dinner cooks, the Offgrid Norseman updates his blog, his journal he's been keeping since being free from captivity. And now, with dinner ready, it is time to serve and enjoy. But before he sits down to eat, he removes his outside clothes to sit comfortably and enjoy the meal he has worked hard to eat. And with the day now at its end, the Offgrid Norseman relaxes with a book.